All right, this is Professor DeFrance. Welcome to our intro to our summer course here at Long Beach City College. This will give you a little intro to our Canvas page. So this is our home page. As you can see, there's my contact information, some information about me personally, and then you have some information, some good stuff here I put up about, the course, how to get started. As it says here, the first things you want to do is there's essay one is our photo essay where you reflect on your pandemic experience and you want to start prepping for the first quiz. And then there are weekly discussion questions. Those are gonna be one of the first things that you start on. I haven't posted all the discussion questions yet because, well, I had made a decision at the last minute to cut what we do as the free writes because there's no in-class component to this course, and I'm gonna put some of those into the discussion questions. So I haven't done all that yet, although I'm gonna probably those will all be up within the week. So don't worry about it. You'll find those all under discussion. The assignment section is right here. All right, and the module page is how I would usually view the course and how I would suggest you view it the same. The assignment page is a popular way for students to view the course. I will look through it to make sure that it looks perfect, like the discussion isn't quite ready yet, but yep, everything else looks pretty good. Those are the essays, that's the research paper, those are the quizzes. I haven't opened things up yet for submission, so I do have to do that. And I do have to get rid of these because we're not doing the free writes this term. So I haven't fixed up that page yet. I need to do that probably within the next day or so. Although it's mostly where it needs to be. There we go. It's not far off from being perfect already as it is. I recently looked at the syllabus page on this thing. That I wouldn't waste your time looking at that page. Let's see. I'm gonna go through these and add all the rubrics over here, although they're all on the Canvas page already. I'm still going through and filling out some of those other pages just to make sure they all look as you might want them to. But the main way that your instructors view the course is through the modules, and I would expect you to do the same because that is the place where we spend a lot of time making it clear to, this is clearly organized here. Okay, so the orientation page, brief overview of the major assignments. Those first two links are going to be invaluable. This gives you, as it says, a brief overview of all the major assignments in the course. Basically one essay per week, and sometimes a little extra this is a proposed letter for the research paper, there's a forum for the visual text analysis, some small stuff like that. But basically one major assignment per week. Let's see, and then we have this one here that has all the readings and all the assignments. I probably have to go and edit this again and take out the free writes because I decided to cut those. And I'm adding a couple more discussion questions. So that's one little detail that you'll see I'm going to change. But otherwise, it's perfectly set up the way it is. So we're not going to do those, like I've mentioned a few times. All right, so that's a good page to look at. You can see here week one. What are we working on here? That's not really what this video is about, though. So anyway, you see it there. I'll do another video just on that. We'll talk about the first week, but for right now, we're just guiding you through the page. I don't want to. Sorry, wait a minute as it loads. All right, so First couple things, you have pages. There's a Meet Your Professor page, which I worked on recently. There's the syllabus, of course. Student resources. There's some good stuff there. I would highly recommend you take a look at the student resources. There are all different types of just anything you'd consider a resource that has anything to do with our school. It's here. There's just lots of good information here about how to for one thing, to eliminate some of the costs and some of the challenges and some of the obstacles of going to college. So that's a good. There's a real good, some real good resources there under the student resources that I invite you all to check out, including, as it mentioned there at the beginning, you can apply to get a free Chromebook, for the semester. And then of course, you got our welcome videos. I'm going to replace this Intro to Canvas video with the one I'm making right here. And we have all our textbooks for the course. Mainly, it's Everything's an Argument. That's really the only textbook here. There's a supplemental textbook that we use for grammar called the Bedford Handbook. It's here in 2 ways. But mainly PDFs are there for the textbooks. And those are the books. You don't need to buy any books for this class. It's all right there. There's another book that we used to use called 50 Essays. I don't know if yeah, of course I do. I have it right here on my shelf. 50 Essays. There it is. So I'm not used to doing it on this little screen. We kind of got used to how big the Zoom screens are. So there are lots of readings from that are linked up. I'll show you where those are, but those are in the individual units. So basically, if you look at the modules, you have the orientation, gives you all the basic stuff. The next one is all the lectures, all the video lectures I've put together. So I write, of course, my own lectures. I videotape the lectures. There's more stuff in the video than is just on the lecture. So that's good to keep in mind. They're worth looking at because they have extra bits of information and tips and strategies. All right, so after you get to number 3, after those first 2, you get to week 1, right? So what do we do in week 1? Anything worth points in week 1 is going to be listed right here, except for the discussion questions, which are on it, like they're on the discussion page. Yeah. But other than that, that seems about right. You got your photo essay here. I should probably put the proposal letter up there as well. You got sample essays, and well, we'll talk about what the photo essay is, but enjoy it. It's a fun one. There are numerous samples there. Some lecture material, specifically a lecture on how to write a photo essay, which I hope will be very useful for you, and a video lecture I created to go along with that and accompany it. Those are basically like, kind of gives you a feel for what it would look like in a live class. You have your resources for essay 1, readings. Okay, so some of these readings, I don't know which, like, start with this one here, for example. This would be like a reading from 50 essays. You'll find those in there. They're just in the reading section. So for the readings for essay 1, right there. How to write a photo essay, and the other ones are about giving you examples of good narrative and strong narrative writing. And Is Google Making Us Stupid is just a fun piece. You should read it. It's pretty good. Videos for essay 1 listed there. Okay, then you've got the next module for week 2, essay 2, argumentation. What to do with that? You have these 3. There's a rough draft, there's a little assignment, and there's the essay. That's it. That's it for that week. You got the samples, lecture and rubric is always in the next section there. Resources for that essay, readings for the essay, video for the essay. So I tried to put all those things in every single module that has an essay in it. So there's just a lot of consistency there. Anything worth points in the next section. This is week 3, visual text analysis. We're mainly working on the visual text analysis essay. There is a discussion post for that one, like an important one, not just like a daily, like a weekly one that are worth fewer points. This one is worth a lot of points, so do make sure to do that one, of course. Um, you do the discussions anyway, but don't miss that one. That's a valuable one. Um, Sample essays, lecture rubrics, readings, resources. Oh, and I should mention, the resources are things, by and large, like I'm looking at this list, I made all of this. Like, I literally made all of this from scratch for you to help you. So make sure to take a look at it. Like, look at the templates, look at the terminology. There's just note that if you're having trouble or if you feel like you need help or you need assistance, I designed all these resources to help you with these essays. So this would be a good place to look if you're having any issues. And of course, revision. They have revision worksheets. Actually, this particular one I don't think I made. I made all the rest of those, but yeah, those are all really good information to help you with that essay. And there are a bunch of video examples here as well, of course. Okay, there's a visual text analysis project. I'm kind of running out of time here. I'm going to hit the fast forward button and fast forward through some of this. So we've got the project, which is there. Next is the research paper. You want to spend a couple weeks in the middle on that. I'm sure you can spend more, but I wanted to make sure that you were able to dedicate at least a couple weeks to just the research paper. So that's week 4 and week 5. We have the research paper, the proposal letter, and the research paper rough draft listed here. I think, like I said, I'm going to move that up because that's assigned earlier, the proposal letter. Got our samples there, lecture rubrics, or lectures and rubric. Videos, resources. Oh, take a look at the research page. I just built this last semester, and I guess I can preview it for you here. We don't have a lot of time left on this video, but it's very good. I think you'll find it very helpful. I walk you through the process. And there's lots of resources here that, okay. We have the research page here, which has lots of good information on there. Okay. So do check out that research page. There's lots of good information on there that I recently put together for you. And that would bring us about to right here. And we kind of run out of, like I said, we're going to go a little faster here at the end, but so we don't run out of time. The last week is the rhetorical analysis. That essay is here. The rough draft is here. That's all that we're doing that week. That and the weekly discussion post. We do 2 on a given week. That'll be it for that week. You want to spend the rest of that time maybe revising the research paper. The sample essays there, readings, videos, resources. And again, the majority of those resources are all created by your professor to help you. Additional lectures goes over how to write the essay. That's, if there's one place to start, maybe after the photo essay. It's not as important before, but before you get to essay 2, make sure to really give the essay writing a good look. Like, read the lecture, the whole thing, watch the video. Actually, I'm going to upload a new video because that the first one there was a little rough, honestly. I was like actually the first video I did, so it's literally rough. So there's additional lectures, additional materials, and then these you shouldn't see. These should be, I've taken these off, so you shouldn't see that on your page. You will see this. There's a grammar section. I'm running out. This is it. I'm running out of time. Anyway, that's our intro to Canvas. that's basically what's on there. There's a revision section. Enjoy it. There's lots of good stuff on here.